Good morning. I want to ask you a question. How many of you are tired of mowing your lawn? Raise your hand. Everyone. Thanks be to God, we have this abundant amount of rain in July, and we've been very blessed. Moses said to the people, "If only you would heed the voice of the Lord your God and keep his commandments and statutes." Once more, Moses enjoins the Israelites to embrace and live what was already in their hearts and their mouths. But do not know something that is not enough. To speak the truth is not enough. It must be acted on. To follow God's law, and our Lord insists that the laws are not burdensome to carry. He insists that God's law is very near to us, already in our minds, in our hearts, in our mouth. You have only to carry it out. The Samaritan risked his life to help the man that fell victim to the robbers. The Samaritans, the Jews, the Levites, they clashed with one another. They did not get along. But for the Samaritan to go help, he risked his life. The beat man is the symbol of everyone, humanity. The priest and Levite represent the old covenant, which is good, but in itself does not have the power to save. The Good Samaritan is a type of Jesus himself. I'd like to tell you a story, a true story, of a man called Desmond Doss, D-O-S-S. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, 1941, Desmond was a Christian young man, grew up in a Christian home. He had the 10 Commandments on his wall, and he carried the Bible wherever he went, a little pocket Bible that he carried with him. No matter where he went, he had it. But Desmond signed up to join the Army. He had 2 good friends that were killed in the bombing of Pearl Harbor. He felt a love to go and serve his country. But when he joined the Army, he had one stipulation. He said, "I will not carry a weapon. I will not carry a weapon." He became a medic. But when they went to training, the brothers of his battalion did not look favor on Desmond. "How come you're not going to carry a gun? How are you going to defend us in battle?" He was ridiculed. He was made fun of. And at one point he was beaten because of his will of not carrying a weapon. "I will not kill." Desmond, you would always see him in the barracks praying for his brothers. And then they went off to battle, Okinawa, a fierce battle. As they went up that ridge, a 400-foot ridge, which is called Hacksaw Ridge, and a fierce battle broke out, several casualties on both sides. But the Americans were overwhelmed. They had to retreat. And they all went down that cliff, 400 feet. But one remained. Desmond remained because he heard his brothers that were injured yelling, "Help, save me." All the brigade went down. Desmond was the only one left. And he went out and helped his brothers. He risked his life like the Samaritan risked his life. That not alone, he drug and hauled on his back and shoulders 75 men that were wounded and lowered them to the ground safely. If he had not done that, the next morning, the Japanese would have killed every one of them. Desmond lowered each one of them down. And the last one he brought down was his captain, who ridiculed him who wanted him out of his platoon because he would not carry a weapon. Desmond picked him up, and they went down safely. Those 75 men survived. They lived. After that battle, Desmond was rewarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. He received 4 Purple Hearts. He had a broken arm while bringing those men down, those 75 men. And the reason why I tell you this story is a story of faith. A story of faith of one man, heroically, what he did for his brothers who mocked him, who beat him, and he saved their lives. The Samaritan leaves no doubt about who that neighbor is. It's anyone who needs help, all of us. Nor we should love them, take pity on them, being compassionate towards the spiritual and corporal needs. It's not just a matter of having the right feelings toward them. We must do something. We must generously serve them. But most of the opinion of most people, someone else will do that. It's not my responsibility. Let someone else take that burden. But Jesus calls us. We become the Samaritan, reaching out. There are so many people suffering from addictions, alcohol, drugs, pornography. We all know probably someone that's going through such difficulties in life. Have we reached out to them? A young teenage girl is pregnant, considering abortion. And someone may know that. We have to reach out. We have to be like that Good Samaritan to help, to serve, to love. So we have to get out of our comfort zone to help others, and we do put barriers between ourselves and others. Do we just know what is right and wrong? Or do we act on what we know is true? To reach out, to love, and turn to the Lord. Turn to the Lord. Desmond went on in his platoon. They went into other battles. He was a hero because he did something heroic that nobody else would do. And before they go into battle anymore, Desmond would always be in a corner somewhere praying. And they would not go anywhere until Desmond was done with his prayers, because they know that God was listening to him and God was helping him save so many lives. So all we have to do is turn to the Lord to help us to live and to be a servant to anyone.